Next topic is blockchain and its types. The authors are Rita Pal, Assistant Professor, and Yash Mishra. This paper will be presented by Assistant Professor Rita Pal.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rita Pal, Assistant Professor from Thakur Shamnarayan Degree College. It gives me immense pleasure to represent my paper on TSDC NCON 2021. And the title of my paper is Blockchain and its Types. And my co-author is Yash Mishra, student of SYBSc CS. Now I come to the index of my paper. So it is distributed in 5 points. First one is your introduction. Second one is pros, cons, and alternatives. Third one is what is Bitcoin, blockchain. And the fourth one is types of Bitcoin that I will explain. And last, that is what is coming next. So now in the introduction, what is blockchain? So basically it is recording system which makes it impossible to hack or change. So blockchain is one of the greatest buzzwords in technology right now. But what is it? Let's start from the beginning. The one of the major application of blockchain technology was Bitcoin, and it was released in 2009. So now Bitcoin is what? That is a cryptocurrency, and the blockchain is the technology which underpins it. Okay, so now a cryptocurrency devotes to a digital coin that runs on a blockchain. So Bitcoin is the basically the Bitcoin is the brainchild of a mysterious person or group known as Satoshi Nakamoto. So nobody knows the identity of Nakamoto, but their vision was laid out in a 2009 white paper called Bitcoin, that is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So now let me tell you about the pros, cons, and alternatives. So first one, we come to the advantages. What are the advantages over there in that? So it seems like an unnecessary complicated process for moving money, but the blockchain has its advantages. So with traditional methods of payment, every transaction in the world is registered on privately held database that is owned by corporate and state entities, but these databases are not accessible by the public and therefore closed. So they are also usually owned by one entity. So because of this nature, they could be open to fraud or to being hit by an attack that could cripple a network. So unlike Bitcoin's blockchain, so because the blockchain is not centralized, it means that if one part of it went down, the whole network would not collapse. So there are many different parts of the Bitcoin network that require it to work. So even if one miner went out of action, for example, transactions would still work. So now we come to the what are the disadvantages. So one big issue is that transaction times and costs in Bitcoin have soared as the network has become more congested. So these has actually led to disagreements by a number of parties that uphold the network regarding how the technology should develop in the future in order to address these issues. So if you take some example, so last year a group of developers that didn't agree about the future of Bitcoin, so broke off and split the underlying blockchain. So these lead to the discovery of a Bitcoin offshoot, also known as a Bitcoin Cash. Another so-called fork happened, resulting in Bitcoin Gold. So now I will describe you about that. What is Bitcoin blockchain? So now the blockchain behind Bitcoin is nothing but a public ledger for every transaction that has taken place. So here are a few facts about Bitcoin. So here it is not issued by a central authority. That is the main fact. And then after that, there is a limit of 21 million. So currently, just over 17 million are in circulation. So the first transaction using the Bitcoin is widely believed to be carried out by a programmer named Laszlo Hanzaezi, who has spent 10,000 Bitcoin on 2 Papa John's pizzas in 2010. And Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto's identity remains a mystery. And another fact is that Bitcoin has often been used to purchase illicit products. Now we come to the main topic, that is types of Bitcoin. So what are the types? Let me tell you. So the Bitcoin blockchain is not really made for companies that build apps and process on. So Ethereum, Ripple, Hyperledger, IBM, R3 are just a few names that have developed such platforms. So now Ethereum is one of the important blockchain platform that specialization in smart contracts. It has a digital coin known as Ether linked to it. Ether is the world's second largest cryptocurrency by value. And Ethereum does something similar, allowing people to build decentralized apps on its platform, leveraging its blockchain and potentially using the digital coin Ether to power their product. Smart contracts are the contracts that execute automatically when certain conditions are met from all interested parties. So now, meanwhile, Ripple is a blockchain specifically designed for cross-border currency transactions. So the movement of money from one currency to another across the world, particularly for large businesses, is expensive and takes a long time. So the process involves lots of different parties, from banks to clearing houses. Ripple's blockchain systems known as Xcurrent helps to cut out from some of the intermediaries, cutting down across currency transactions to seconds. So Ripple is also has a cryptocurrency attached to it known as XRP, but it is not necessarily needed to power its Xcurrent product. So now after that, what is coming next? So despite the hype and promise of blockchain or DLT, it's not something that will be widespread in next few months. So the current state of play sees banks who are doing the experiment with the technology, but not adopting it on a wild scale. Still, there are a number of stumbling blocks that the technology needs to overcome to be viable across major organizations and industry and large. So one of the major ones is interoperability. Essentially, how will blockchains developed by one from work with DLT run by another company? So there is a number of companies as outlined before developing blockchain's platform, but there is no guarantee that each one will be compatible with another. So for this paper, I have taken the references. So these are the references which I have taken while preparing my paper. So thank you very much for giving me the presentation for this paper.